appreciate that. Yes, some tranquil weather on the way to western New York. We've melted off all the snow, but the place where the plows live is called the Broadway Barns. It's in downtown Buffalo, a storied structure. But now what is the future of that structure? To find out, we sent Matt Beauvais out live this morning. Matt, what's in store?
Well, Andy, you're absolutely right. Chances are you've driven by the building. We've all driven by the building. If you're heading down Broadway, look how big it is. It almost takes up a whole city block, and it's very, very deep, too. But as you mentioned this morning, the future of the Broadway Barns is in question. Now, right now, as you said, the building houses snow plows and massive mounds of road salt, but it wasn't always that way. For the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about the future of the building and whether or not it should be demolished. Now, Mayor Byron Brown just recently visited Albany to talk about the possibility of a new public works campus. Now, that of sorts would essentially take the 5 buildings that they use for public works and combine them into one location, so they would have everything nice and centrally located, but it's not something that will happen right away.
At this point, we know the historic significance of the Broadway Garage, and there was no true intention on what was going to happen with that yet until we got down the road. This is years off. This is not something that's going to happen tomorrow, and we would work with any preservation groups that would have other interests for the building, but at this point, there's been nothing decided.
And Commissioner Stepniak just mentioned it. Rich, rich history. The Broadway Barns have a very deep history, some sporting events, some big shows taking place here a little before our time in the 1850s and the early 1900s. But coming up at 6, we'll take a little bit of a walk down memory lane to try and refresh your memory on what this building used to be. Andy?
Yeah, it's pretty neat how that building has morphed over the decades and honestly the centuries down there. Matt, appreciate the preview. Look forward to the next update.